Right, hi guys, and welcome back to the Lola Mastercard My Team Career Mode, or whatever you want to call it. So as you can see, just before we head to Paul Ricard, we are going to put some more components on the car, durability-wise, and spend those lovely resource points, hopefully, in different departments. So what we got there? We got a rear wing update, only 30% chance of failure, so we're going to go for that, absolutely. And insufficient resource points everywhere else, so that's the only update we're going to do so far. R&D tree, as you can see there, everyone's happy now. I took durability department for dinner, and they're all happy and average with us now. As you can see, the engine's quite worn, but we're not going to swap it just yet. We're still early on in this season, and we want to get the most out of the car. Maybe change it for next round, depending on what happens here. And yeah, no changes necessary just yet, but just observing that the wear is getting quite bad. So we're about to jump into qualifying now, as you can see, at Paul Ricard. And here we are. We've already set one lap that was good enough for P19, and we're rounding the final couple of corners now. And yeah, I get it slightly wrong there, but it's okay. We're gaining time on exit on our previous best time, and we're going to cross the line now. And what's it going to be? We're going to pop ourselves into... any minute now. It stays 19th, so the time was improved, but sadly the position wasn't. So just one of those things, unfortunately. And here we are now for the results. We do end up in P19, as you can see. Raghunathan down in last place unexpectedly. Just beating the Williams here this weekend, so not an impressive qualifying performance, but it's a circuit I'm not a fan of. So yeah, to be expected. So now it's time, as always, to hand you over to the incapable hands of Mr. David Croft. I hope you all enjoy.
Welcome along then to France, host of the world famous Tour de France. But we're not talking two wheels today, we're talking four, in a country widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing back in the late 1800s. We've come a long way since then, and you're about to find out how far. It's time for the French Grand Prix. A lap of Paul Ricard then consists of 15 corners and a total length of around 3.6 miles. Drivers will need to position their cars carefully on the exit of the flat-out turn 10, ready for the double apex right-hander at 11. Watch out for potential overtaking action at the end of the start-finish straight and into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about the scientist. That was a solid result in their last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Ricciardo, Albon, Perez, Norris, and Carlos Sainz, Ocon, Raikkonen, Daniel Kvyat, and Stroll, Gasly, Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi, and the scientist, Latifi, Russell, Raghunathan, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
And as you heard there briefly, Anthony Davidson was mentioning our team and how good a result we had last time out, and we're waiting for the 5 lights to go out now, and away we go from P18 on the grid after a penalty for a fellow driver, and we're already making the moves on Giovinazzi, on Grosjean, and we're up into P16. At into turn 1, there was a bit of wing flying off from someone up ahead there. Oh! Bloody hell, Giovinazzi absolutely sent it up the inside there. Unbelievable. We'll get a warning for a collision with Grosjean as well, just for good measure. We're into P15. Slight bit of front wing damage I think I saw there on the monitor. And we're up the inside of Pierre Gasly now for P14. Here's AlphaTauri teammate ahead, as well as Raikkonen, Giovinazzi's teammate ahead. And we're through into P12. Two cars in one corner. Unbelievable stuff there. And P12 it is at the moment as we enter this long straight with so many turns left and right down it. It's easy to get lost, and I did do in a practice session, but I didn't record it, so we'll keep quiet. So as you can see, we're going down this extraordinarily long straight now. Keep going, not there. We turn left here we go, and then right here, that's it, feather his way through, and we're climbing onto the back of Ocon now. We cut the corner a little bit there, but no warnings, no penalties. We're using the overtake button, still in rich mix, as you can see. We're up the inside now as we go through the fast right hand left-hand complex here, and absolutely no way to crash on this circuit. If you crash here, it's a special effort because it's all just tarmac. And we've got Sainz and Norris ahead, the two McLarens battling for the points there, the final points paying positions. We're going to lunge up the inside, are we? Looks like we are. Yep, we're up the inside of one. Oh, make a bit of contact there with Norris. We're through into 10th place though, and into the points. Over those rumble strips again. I tell you something, we're cutting it fine on this circuit, and round the outside of Norris, surely not, it's going to be the inside, bang! There we go. If we didn't have wing damage before, we've got it now, and we're through into P9. Alternate strategy coming up, but I'm just going to see how the car feels. I think it's okay, to be honest with you, but we're through into P9. Albon ahead of us now for P8. And overall, we're not doing too bad. We flick a marker board there, that goes up the cone, it chucks itself off. And now, as you can see, as we enter lap 2, we've got the safety car. The safety car is out. Who's flashing up there? Raghunathan is out of the race. Safety car, has he crashed? Has he broken down? We're not too sure, but we're going to box nonetheless. Kimi Raikkonen out as well, so let's see what happened. On board with Raikkonen now as we come through the complex. We've got a Renault ahead, and there we go. We've lost drive. We're selecting loads of dials and buttons and nothing's happening. He can't get it going again. And then, oh, did we get hit there? Oh, we did get hit. Did Raghunathan crash into the back of Raikkonen? It looks like he did. Let's have a look from on board Raghunathan's point of view. There we go. That's it. Bang, straight into the back of you. Goodbye, Muffin. And yeah, Raghunathan, a silly error there. Raikkonen was keeping out of the way, and as you can see, just once more. To be fair though, actually looking at that, Raikkonen was trying to come back onto the racing line. Maybe he thought it was clear. An unfortunate racing incident, both cars out, one with a mechanical and Raghunathan ploughing into the back of Raikkonen. So we're stopping now, as you can see. We're selecting the hard tyre by the looks of things. We just want, I'm not sure how well this, whoa, hang on a minute, everyone's coming in. Literally everyone is piling into the pits. Well, this is going to be exciting because surely they can't double stack. Surely not. Well, let's have a look. We're coming into the pits now. Look, everyone's queuing. Look at them, the Ferraris, the Red Bulls, the Mercedes. They're all stuck queuing and they can't get through. So we're going to go into the pits now. We're going to take our stop. But the three teams there, the top three teams, are severely hampering themselves by double stopping. We're having a wing, so we're expected to lose time here. We're waiting now for clear air. That's Ricciardo and Perez ahead, and we've come out. We're going to be P5. All but two cars have stopped, and everyone has got stuck in the pit lane. Everyone has got stuck in the pit lane. Unbelievable. We're going to take a look back now from on board other cars and various cars here. So we're on board with Bottas. As you can see, we've got Vettel behind. We're going to make our stop. We're fine. We've got no one behind us. That's Hamilton now stuck. Now look, the Ferraris are stuck because the Red Bulls are stuck ahead. Look, here we are on board the Red Bull now, and we're going to get. We're holding. We're waiting. Both the McLarens coming together. Everyone's stuck. Everyone is stuck. That is absolutely unbelievable. I can't say I've ever seen that. And finally, it looks like just ahead there, look, the McLaren gets free eventually. And that means that all the other... That is unbelievable. And look, we've got the Haas's stuck here as well. Crazy, crazy scenes. So, we've ended up being P5. Only two cars didn't pit. Only two cars didn't pit. And we are P5 on merit on the road, which is going to result in a P3. And we've got Russell behind. We've got Sainz behind. So... surely we're on for a strong result here, guys. We are on for a really, really strong result. Will it be a podium? I don't know. But while ever we've got slower cars behind, stopping the faster cars from coming back through, we should be in a really strong position here, guys, as we start the race again on lap 5. It's Perez that we're going to mount an attack on, but we've got George Russell behind who has got less pace than us. So in theory, we're going to be safe for a few laps. So I can just mount an attack now and put pressure on Perez if possible. And Ricciardo too. But when those cars come into the pits, we're going to be P3. We're going to be P3. And here we are. Look, the two cars do come in at the end of lap 7. It was Kvyat and Giovinazzi that didn't pit. And we're P3. Mounted an attack with DRS on Sergio Perez for P2. Look, we've still got... Well, Sainz has finally got past Russell by the looks of things. But even so, we had pace prior to the safety car to race with those anyway on lap 1. But it's going to be interesting to see what plays out here, as we're going to mount an attack on Perez. We've gone for the hard tyres, everyone else went for the mediums. I didn't know how bad the tyre wear would be around here, so I took it conservatively. We had nothing to lose, and here we are mounting an attack now with DRS once again on Sergio Perez on lap 8, as we're going to go down the long straight again, and we need to remember which corner to turn left at. It's not this one coming up, it's the second one. There we go. And we're sending it up the inside now, trying to mount an attack on Sergio Perez if possible. But close, but no cigar at the moment. Overtake button enabled. I've used all of that trying to keep up with the racing point. Obviously, it's extremely quick in a straight line, as you're all aware. And we're into lap 9 now, just entering the final sector. We've still got Perez ahead. We've got Sainz behind now, closing in, as you can see the marker arrow, and I'm going to send it. We're sending it, lads. We're up the inside. We've made a bit of contact there. We threw wheel-to-wheel contact, and we threw into P2. We've used every bit of overtake button. We've been using DRS for God knows how many laps, and we are finally through on Sergio Perez into a net P2. This is not a fake one. We don't have to stop again. This car is in P2, guys. I've got no idea. It was crazy. I've never seen every car come into the pits like that before. Every single one bar 2 came into the pits. Absolutely crazy stuff. So we're into an overall net P2. It looks like Ricciardo's going to escape, as he's a couple of seconds up the road already. But we've already gained more than a second on Perez, so maybe we've created a bit of damage with that contact. Perhaps he was ailing anyway, because it seemed strange I was keeping up with the racing point. But overall, we're into P2. We've got Verstappen finally bearing down on us. One of those drivers that was severely hampered has got himself into P5. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. And we're on to the last lap. Nothing else happened. We had no more attacks from anyone else. I'm just going to enjoy this final lap. I really am. This is going to be an extraordinary, extraordinary result for the Lola Mastercard team. An unexpected surprise, qualifying P19, no pace at all, not a good qualifying by us compared to the last few races, but here we are, regardless of that, because the game or the team's made a mistake. I'm not sure what happened, but overall, we're P2 and we're bloody taking it, guys. We are absolutely taking it, but it's not over yet, because we've got Sergio Perez mounting an attack on us. He's going to have the overtake button, of course. He'll have the DRS as well, and he's going to be sending it up the inside, is he? Well, no, we're going to make him go the long way around the outside. He's powered his way through, but we're going to be late on the brakes, and we just fend him off. That was a brilliant, great bit of defensive driving from us there. Firm but fair for a final lap, without a doubt. No contact, just maybe a little wheel rub, and that was that. We just sent him a little bit wide there, and that means that Sainz has got himself up onto the podium now, and it looks like Verstappen's got Perez. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Perez has got back through and maintained. No, yes, he has. Yes, he has. Look at that. The top screen there, the left-hand corner there, battling like crazy side by side through this final complex for P4 for those. But we're still in P2. We've got Sainz mounting an attack on us. Look at that. The corner arrows are going crazy. We've got a queue of 4 cars behind us effectively. And we are going to take P2, I think, guys. I'm just going to make sure here on this final corner we step on the brakes, we absolutely get that corner nailed, and then we boost his way out, and using the last bit of overtake, the last bit of rich mix of fuel we got, and there we go, we're across the line in P2, and we get that excited, both hands off the wheel, and we plough it into the wall, but it doesn't matter because we have crossed the line in P2. The Lola Mastercard team have taken P2. We get driver of the day, and rightfully so. We've gone from P19 to P2 at Paul Ricard, and that meant that Daniel Ricciardo won the race. Let's not take away the fact of that. What a crazy podium, very reminiscent of Monza 2020 this year, of course. A crazy race, unbelievable, all made up by that pit stop. The Renault boys are ecstatic, rightfully so. Their first win since returning in the sport since 2016. We're ecstatic because we've just achieved a P2 finish in our first ever season, 10 rounds in after strong 5th place finishes prior. And we've got Carlos Sainz on the podium for what is his second time. Third time it would be in real life, if we count in real life, wouldn't it? But yeah, a 3rd place overall at France for him as well. What an unbelievable podium. But let's see where the main chargers ended up, because they all got hampered. As we saw, Verstappen managed to climb his way through to try and get on the podium in the last dying laps. But where was everyone else? Well, we're about to find out. We've got Vettel 7th, Bottas 9th, Charles Leclerc 10th, and Max Verstappen, of course, taking 4th in the end. He did get that 4th place from Perez. but everyone else was out the points, so they only picked up Hamilton down there in 15th, look. So none of the big teams scored a lot of points there, did they? Ferrari didn't do too well, Alex Albon 14th there, as you can see. So yeah, the top 3 teams really dropped a ball. Max Verstappen salvaged something which was good for him to finish P4 in the end, but apart from that, it was not a lot of points at all there for those top teams. Absolutely crazy. As you can see, we've got an interview now. She's loving life. She wants to know what we're doing with life, how we're doing. Did you struggle to get through the traffic? Well, they all just parked up for me and I just glided my way through. But I'll say that the car was nimble. Why not? We'll say that the car was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, there we go. Aero team noticed that. I'm sure they would. Everything went your way today. It certainly did. It did go our way today. It was a really good strategy by us to pit during the safety car and not get caught up. Absolutely. Abso-bloody-lutely, Karen. And what's this one? We're breaking all expectations. We are breaking all expectations. A fantastic team, without a doubt. That is why we are where we are. Quite a buzz around Alfa Romeo. Well, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. They deserve the buzz. That's what I'm going to say. I'm a sportsman. I'm a team player. So there you go, guys. That was the crazy race of Paul Ricard. The on-track action wasn't hectic, but the pit lane action certainly was. And yeah, overall, a crazy, crazy race. We're taking P2 overall, 18 points on the board. Mental stuff. And I will join you all next week for Austria. Much love!